Good afternoon and welcome to our second tooltips of the semester. Today we're going to be talking about accessibility. Specifically, we're going to talk about Blackboard Ally. The college made a big investment toward making content accessible when we licensed Ally. Your class is full of diverse students with unique learning abilities. Providing them with accessible content means they can choose formats that work best for them. Ally scans your original document and performs a series of steps to make content available in several formats. The alternative formats are available for download for both you and your students. Your original file is not affected by the alternative formats. What the student sees in the class is anywhere where there is something that they can download, they see an A. You can see I've got an A next to tooltips and an A next to accessible documents and on down the line. So what the student can do is you can do is click on the A and you can see that there are a number of different formats available. So this was a Word document and the student has the option to open it as a tagged PDF. And that's going to help them. Sometimes assistive technologies need PDFs. They can open it in an HTML version, and that might help if they're on a mobile device and they're having trouble with formatting. They can open it with EPUB, and that's for reading on an iPad or another type of book reader like a Kindle reader or a Google Books reader. They can open it in a Braille format. They can also open it in an audio MP3 format, which I think might be handy for those that are on the go and maybe want to have an audio file that they can listen to. So the student just selects whatever file they want and they click download. And it can take a little bit, but it works very well. So that's that's how the student benefits from this product. Now, how you can, I might not show that download. Okay, I'll pre-download it for the presentation. So for you, you have, and I'll have this all on one page. You see indicators that tell you how well your content is doing in terms of accessibility. So if you see this red with the arrows pointing to the left, you know you've got a document that needs help. If you see the orange, it's a little better, but still maybe some help. Green with the indicator almost to the right means that it's pretty good. And if the arrow is all the way to the right and it's green, that's perfect. So let's look at how this looks to you. So each of the items in my course that's added, content that's added, has an indicator. And you can see here that tooltips got a green, almost perfect. Actually got perfect. And this image got low. Syllabus template got perfect, and then I've got an untagged PDF and a scanned PDF that both scored poorly. So what can I do? There's a couple different ways to review content. You can click on the icon right here, or you can go to Course Tools Accessibility Report, and you can see a report of your whole class. So in this case, my whole class, my course site, got a 53%. And it tells me in this overview, I'm on the overview tab, that I've got 3 PDF documents, I've got 2 images, 2 items, and a Word document. And then it tells me content with the easiest issues to fix and fix low scoring content. So I can click Start. and I can see that I've got two images. And images are easy to fix with Ally. You just click on your indicator, and it opens, shows you your image in the middle, and it tells you what's wrong. And it says this image is missing a description. It tells you what this means. You can read about what it's looking for. And it tells you why it matters. Then I get some advice about how to write a good description. So I'm going to skip that, but if you're interested, when you run a report in your class, you can look at that. So I'm going to say Ally logo is my description. And then I click Add, and now my score has gone to perfect. So I can close that. And that one goes away, and here I can write indicators of Ally scores, needs help, a little better, etc. And I would add that, and again, it's perfect. Now, it doesn't know that I didn't finish my description, but it knows I have one. So, a limitation. So I can close that and go back to my overview, and now I'm doing a little bit better. My score is up to 72%. But I still have some issues. And the first one is a scanned no OCR document. And if I click on that, I can see that this is a scanned document and that there is no text to it. And so the screen reader, or Ally, can't do anything with this to make it accessible for students. And I click here and I find out what does it mean, and it tells me that it was scanned, tells me why to avoid these, and you can read about those if you get that, and then it tells me how to fix it. And it says step 1, can you get hold of the original or text-based version of this file? And I could say yes, and then it would give me directions to go out and get it into Word, basically. And then it can tell me how to fix it. Let's say I can't find the original document. And then it says, go to your librarians. Librarians are excellent at helping you find original source documents. And then it says it needs further attention. An OCR version will be made available for students under the alternative formats option. However, this method could be very inaccurate. So it'll make an attempt to provide an accessible copy to students, but it won't be able to do it because it's not got accessibility built in. Now, one thing you can do with a document that's been scanned is you can download it, which I did. You can see it down here in my bottom corner. And you can open Microsoft Word. And then you can go open the file. This one should be in my downloads. And it's the PDF called Scanned No OCR, and I click it. And Word will take a minute, but it will open a picture, or it will create a text version of the file that that I just created with the PDF. So over here, to get it in shape, I might want to put a level 1 header here, and maybe a level 2 header here. and then I can save it. I'll call it scanned, no OCR, advised. And then let's see what happens if we load that. And you can see that my score is now perfect. And students can now select text. Okay, so using Word to open something that has been scanned is a good way to be able to reformat your documents and make them accessible. Okay, so I've got one here called History PDF. And what's happening here is I have a document, but this bolding and all these what look like headers are just text that has been formatted. They didn't use the style sheets or they didn't save the bookmarks. So the way to fix this is to, you can read what this means and you can read how to tag the PDF. And in this case, I would need to go back to Microsoft Word and open the document and create headers that were using the style sheet. And that's what we're going to talk about next week, is how to make a Word document accessible. So for right now, I'm not going to do anything more with this document. Okay, so our class is up to 85%. Sometimes I find this lags a little bit behind, but it seems to be doing fine. So what do I have left? I've got my scanned, and then I've got 3 majors, and that showed up as a major too. Now these are still showing up under major issues, but you know we've already fixed them and they're green. So sometimes I think it takes it a minute to get caught up. So let's go back to our course and see what happened. So I can run an accessibility report, but I can also go to my content area and look, and now I see tooltips is perfect, ally is perfect, the template is perfect. We didn't look at that one, it was perfect before. The history that we didn't fix still needs to be improved, and the scanned OCR is perfect because we replaced it. So what I am going to do is show you kind of a teaser for next week. The course syllabus is perfect, and that's because unlike the scanned document that we looked at, this one does have headers. And you can tell because over here I've clicked View Navigation Pane, and I have a table of contents essentially, or just a list of headings. And those are helpful to students using assistive technology. And we're going to talk more about that next week. But just so you know, if you're using headers, they appear over here, the header styles that Word provides. And if I were to save this, so to fix that other document that wasn't working, I would have to open it in Word, and I would have to set my headers, and I would have to do File, Save As, and I would click More Options, and down here I would have to well, anyway, Julie's at my door and I have to save this, but I will show them how to do the options for creating the bookmarks in a PDF file.